Alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. In this video I wanted to talk really briefly about Gynostemma, also known as Gynostemma pentaphyllum or Jiaogulan. This is part of the traditional Chinese medicine system. It's one of the tonic herbs. And the tonic herbs, for those who don't know, and to keep things simple, the tonic herbs are an elite class of herbs that are superior. They are safe enough to be consumed every day because, let's face it, not all herbs should be consumed every day. Especially herbs that have a very strong medicinal effect. Medicines, for the most part, not all, but many, are designed or supposed to be consumed for short periods of time until you get better. So, Gynostemma, you guys, is again a superior herb in the traditional Chinese medicine system, and it is very good for the lungs. It's very cooling to the lungs. And because of its cooling effect on the lungs, it can really help people regenerate who have smoked. And this is one of the reasons why I recommend this for people who are not only trying to recover from smoking, but who have quit, who have done massive amounts of damage to their lung tissue. There's a handful of things that you can do for your lungs. Gynostemma is just one of them. There's a handful of herbs out there, but I think one of the safest, if not the safest herb for you to consume if you are a recovering smoker or if you're currently smoking and you just want some extra protection, because it's much better to do that than to just not take an herb. And what I mean by that is if you're smoking and you're bound to that addiction, you better get on something to help you compensate for those poisons, for the toxins. Ideally, you're going to want to get the hell off of that nonsense and get rid of it, let it go. But I understand that some people are not currently at that state and, they're addicted. Anyways, and I understand addiction. I've been there. It's just at this point I've been away from this stuff for so long that I just have a really short fuse for addiction nowadays. It's so just ridiculous, but I understand it, and I'm trying to make these videos to help, not to judge. But again, Gynostemma, you guys, it's very good for the lungs. The lungs in traditional Chinese medicine are directly associated with wisdom. They're the seat of wisdom, if I remember properly. So the lungs are a direct portal into your bloodstream, and our lungs are under an assault here in the Matrix, whether it be from you smoking or from just existing, because the air here is filled full of metals, particuli, ladies and gentlemen, barium, strontium, aluminum, mylar fibers, chaff, scalar waves, radioactive isotopes. This is all done under the stratospheric aerosol injection program. This is also known as geoengineering. High altitude aerosol spraying. This is done under a project known as SRM, or Solar Radiation Management. They've sprayed megatons of, again, aluminum, barium, strontium, mylar fibers, chaff, radioactive isotopes, all of it, under the guise of trying to combat global warming. So the stuff is all very real, and the lungs you've got to take care of your lungs, whether that be through getting an air filter, which everybody should have already. You should have an air filter in your home. Or, looking into something like Gynostemma, which Gynostemma really helps cleanse lung tissue, ladies and gentlemen. It is very good for the lungs. So I prefer a tea. Spring Dragon Longevity Tea from Dragon Herbs is a great way to introduce Gynostemma into your system. I prefer that tea as well as just plain Gynostemma. So, again, it's called Gynostemma pentaphyllum because pent 5. It has a leaf that looks like a pentagram. It's absolutely beautiful. And this really helps stimulate and work your the treasures of Chinese healing within your system, and it really helps, has a stabilizing effect, and it just has a cooling effect. A lot of people are inflamed, they're overworked, they're stressed. So Gynostemma, especially chilled Gynostemma, which is how I prefer it, is not only delicious, it has a sweet flavor, but it can help you lower your stress levels. It's not the end-all be-all in any way, shape, or form. And in no way, shape, or form should this be the only thing you're doing for your health, but it is an absolutely beneficial constituent, hands down. It has things that are known as gipenosides, which are similar to the ginsenosides in ginseng. In fact, Gynostemma is referred to by many people as poor man's ginseng because it has specific alkaloids that are pretty much identical to those found in ginseng, but it's a fraction of the cost. So in certain parts of the world as well, ladies and gentlemen, this is known as longevity grass, longevity tea, sweetgrass, Jiaogulan. or Gynostemma. Gynostemma pentaphyllum. So I give it absolutely a 10 out of 10. I think that this is something that everyone should look into, ladies and gentlemen, and it is heavily associated with longevity. Parts of the world where Gynostemma is consumed in abundance, people live quite long, and there's some amazing herbal lore around Gynostemma as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to wrap this one up, though. I'm burning out here in the sun. I love you all. Peace be with you.